This is Ohio Harness Update, a look at harness racing across the Buckeye State. Ohio Harness Update is brought to you by Matt Franklin, Wealth Advisor at Wire to Wire Wealth.
Hello everyone, I'm Frank Froz and welcome to Ohio Harness Update. In this edition, County Fair Racing is in full swing. Chris Page and By the Missile won the Adios. We sit down and talk with veteran trainer and driver Don Mcgurkin, and the two-year-olds have hit the track.
It's been a busy summer of racing. The two-year-olds kicked it off with the next generation. In the preferred equine two-year-old filly trot, Swinging Senorita hung on at the finish for the win.
Swinging Senorita by 3 lengths. She'll drift the beam for 3/4 at 126 and 3, 27 and 4. Backside for Swinging Senorita. Truly Relentless is still there second, but with 3 to make up, it's 4 back to Cali Red and Rose Ronyane. Another 4 back. Chilada as they come to the top of the stretch. Swinging Senorita sprinted down the backstretch. Couldn't get separation. On the outside, digging in and trying to close, Truly Relentless. Swinging Senorita, Truly Relentless, still coming to the wire together. Very tight. Photo, 156 and 1.
In the two-year-old filly pace, it was My Red Sea coming home a winner.
They roll to 3/4. Honeybuzz with the lead. TK Dragonfly now second on the outside. Lofty Treasure still from the pocket is now third. Valley of Fear outside fourth. Racing fifth. My Red Sea. Copacabana Hanover inside. Seaside Tina 123 and 4. 27 and 4 backside. Honey Buzz has the lead. TK Dragonfly trying to grind up into it. Valley of Fear 3 wide, 4 wide. Here comes My Red Sea inside. Lofty Treasure into the passing lane, followed closely by Copacabana Hanover through the lane. Honey Buzz, Lofty Treasure inside. Valley of Fear far outside. My Red Sea to win it in 153.
In the two-year-old colt trot, Black Magic was the winner.
Still Black Magic, 128 and 1, 29 flat backside. Rumble Strips right there with him. 2.5, 3 back to Rose Run Yowza. He's starting to give way up on the outside. What a mission. Off the rail, John Dutton flattening out early the Buckeye Hill. They come to the top of the stretch. Black Magic with the lead, popping the pocket, digging in. Here comes Rumble Strips. John Dutton is absolutely flying from the back. Black Magic, Rumble Strips, John Dutton inside, sprinting to the wire. Photo for win. Noses apart on the line, 157 and 1.
And in the two-year-old colt pace, Act Fast made his debut, one to remember.
28 and 2 backside, and Rock Me Like You Mean It has taken over the lead, and he has opened up 4 from Twin BC Monster. Outside, Burnout starting to close. Act Fast in gear. He's driving 3 wide into the stretch. Rock Me Like You Mean It. Burnout digging in. Act Fast outside. Rock Me Like You Mean It. Act Fast continuing to close. Rock Me Like You Mean It. Act Fast. Photo for win, 152.
Ohio-bred By the Missile is setting his sights on Delaware. The Down by the Seaside gelding turned heads with his win at the Adios.
Now on the move, here comes Chris Page. By the Missile, set sail on the outside, trying to pick up his cover on the outside is Ario Hanover. Forever Boy moves out into the outer flow. On the inside, Atlas Hanover. Next on the inside, that's Quick Snap to the outside, Nautical Hanover. On the inside, Beach Glass by 3/4 and 121 and 4. He gets a challenge. That's By the Missile on the outside. They've got less than a quarter mile to go in the Adios. It's Beach Glass on the inside. By the Missile digs in on the outside. Pebble Beach bides his time. He'll need room. Top of the stretch, and they're on their way home. On the outside, By the Missile digs in. He's got the lead. Beach Glass on the inside. Far outside, trying to close late is River Ness. It's going to be By the Missile. Chris Page in the Adios. The mile, 148 and 3. By the Missile, the lightly raced son of Down by the Seaside, 148 and 3 equals the track record for 3-year-old pacing geldings.
Proving he wasn't a one-hit wonder, By the Missile and Chris Page made a statement in the $300,000 Carl Milstein Memorial at MGM Northfield Park, setting a world record.
So far, the Ohio bred has manhandled him here in 1:21.4. In and around the final turn with the lead by the Missile by 2.5 lengths. In their second is Nighthawk. On the inside is JK Victory third. 3 wide is Soaring now as they're at the top of the stretch in the Carl Milstein Memorial. And it's By the Missile, who's by himself here. By the Missile, ultra impressive tonight. 1:48.4 in there for second. JK Victory close for third. Ladies and gentlemen, that mark of 1:48.4 equals the stake record, equals the track record, and equals the world record for 3-year-old gelded pacers. By the Missile and Chris Page just equaled the world record, tied with Charlie May of 1:48.4.
That wasn't the only world record of the night. Smoking Jet set a new mark in the Tom Aldrich President's Trot.
As they move to 3/4, Smoking Jet bracing for the challenge. It's Academic is on the outside, 1:23.2. Moving around the final turn, Smoking Jet on the outside. It's Academic. It is Refined in third. Herculesa trying to kick in fourth as they come to the top of the stretch. Smoking Jet turns in the Aldridge. On the outside, it's Academic. Inside is Refined with Herculesa. It is Smoking Jet. Smoking Jet does score. In their second, it's Academic tight for third, 1:52.1. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you're clocking there of 1:52.1. You have just witnessed not only a track record, but you have just witnessed a world record on a half-mile track for 5-year-old and up trotting geldings. Right there, Ronnie Wren Jr. and Smoking Jet, new world record holders, 1:52.1.
Northfield Park delivered another world record in the Ohio Sire Stakes as a Real Legend set the mark for 2-year-old gelded trotters.
Moving around the final turn, the leader is still a Real Legend. John Dutton is there in second. On the outside in third comes Black Magic. Rumble Strips is up into fourth with Domavoy. They come to the top of the stretch and a Real Legend. A Real Legend turns with the lead. Down to the inside, John Dutton is trying to be there, but a Real Legend impressive tonight. That clocking of 1:55 is a new track record here at Northfield Park for 2-year-old gelded trotters. The Mighty Hill had the record in 1:55.4, was broke tonight by a Real Legend and Donovan Jr. in 1:55.
A number of new track records have been set this summer at Eldorado Scioto Downs. Making Some Noise set a record for 4-year-old geldings.
And with the lead, it's Making Some Noise by 3.5 from Later Dudes. Cody Hanover giving chase. Nuclear Dragon inside into the stretch. It's Making Some Noise with the lead. Inside Later Dudes, outside Cody Hanover. Making Some Noise to win it. 1:48.2. And that's a new track record for a 4-year-old gelding here at Scioto Downs.
At MGM Northfield Park, Herculesa set the mark for 4-year-old trotting mares.
Herculesa's up by 2.5. Winning Shadow chases from in second. MVP Luke is third. Then comes Wood Dadley. Smoking Jets coming to the outside, but that one's got about 10 lengths to make up as they turn for home. Herculesa's a 2-length leader. Winning Shadow going to try and come and get her on the outside. MVP Luke is third. Herculesa dominant in victory tonight. She wins by 2 over Winning Shadow, MVP Luke, and Smoking Jet. 1:52.1. 1:52.1, a new track record for Herculesa here this evening.
Summertime means fair time, and the racing is heated up across the Buckeye State. A number of records were set at fair tracks. Doo-Wop Kid set the trotting record at Wilmington.
And the track record is in serious jeopardy. Doo-Wop Kid under a drive. Still in there on second is Baker Time. And up the stretch they come. Doo-Wop Kid. He's pouring it on. Baker Time cannot go on in second. Doo-Wop Kid. What will the time be? Is it a track record? 1:58.4. Track record for Doo-Wop Kid.
At Jackson, Working It on Broadway set the record for trotters.
moving around the final turn. Uncle Joe with the lead, working it on Broadway second, moving to the top of the stretch. Uncle Joe turns first, working it on Broadway, moves to the outside. They turn for home. It's Uncle Joe working it on Broadway and working it on Broadway. Trots right on by, working it on Broadway, will win.
Rocking Requiem set a new mark for pacers at Carrollton.
He will hound the final turn. Rockin' Requiem brings him into the stretch and leads by a length and 3/4. Battles on for second and third. Through the lane, it's Rockin' Requiem. Racing second, Schemin' Frisky. To the wire, Rockin' Requiem. Schemin' Frisky. All right.
The Fayette County Fair saw 2 records. Nuclear Dragon set the record for pacers. While Lane of Stone set the mark for trotters. And it was Rose Run Ulysses with a new pacing record at Urbana.
Little better than an eighth of a mile. Rose Run Ulysses with every stride opens up 4, 5, 6 lengths. Uncle Richard is second. Off the turn, they're on their way home. Coming to the line, it's all Rose Run Ulysses. Dan Lobos, third winner of the evening.
Not only were the horses setting new records, driver milestones were set. In July, Aaron Merriman won his 14,000th race.
Top of the stretch, they turn for home. Turning first is Mocking Me Zilly to the passing lane. Here comes Uptown Cali. Woodmere Rio guts it out on the outside. Far outside, You Mock Me Crazy. It's Mocking Me Zilly with the lead. It's going to be a career win, 14,000 for Aaron Merriman in 1:55.1.
Also hitting a milestone was Tyler Smith, who won for the 4,000th time in his career.
Eighth of a mile left to go. Lancaster Hill turns for home with the lead. Toot at the inside is second. Slater on the outside, diving through the inside, drew the Dragon. Here it is, win number 4,000, driving number 4, Lancaster Hill for Tyler Smith in 1:51.
Money marks were also set. Ohio Hall of Famer Tony Morgan surpassed the $140 million earning mark. Ronnie Wren Jr. eclipsed the $50 million plateau. Tyler Smith has now earned over $40 million, as has Josh Sutton. Chris Lems reached the $20 million mark, while Sandy Beatty has now earned over $10 million, and so has Hunter Myers. When we return, we are joined by veteran Don Mcgurkin, who is going strong at the age of 81.
With over 30 years of experience in wealth planning and a lifetime of involvement in harness racing, Matt Franklin at Wire to Wire Wealth can help you build a financial plan that addresses the unique circumstances of those involved in the horse racing industry. Whether you are investing to build wealth, protect your family, or preserve your assets, Matt at Wire to Wire Wealth will work with you through the wealth planning process from start to finish.
Welcome back to Ohio Harness Update, joined now by veteran Hall of Famer Don Mcgurkin. And Don, thanks for taking the time to join me. You've been doing this a long time. What keeps you going?
Well, I enjoy it. I don't think I ever worked a day in my life. I get up and go play all day.
How'd you get started in the business?
Well, my dad bought a half-interest in a mare named Betsy T. Lee back in the early 50s. I was 12, 13 years old. And she was kind of an outlaw, and I wanted to be a jockey, and I was helping a guy break ponies, ride them, and I just loved to ride. And my pony got out one night and got killed, so I kept after my dad to get me something else to ride. And he said, well, if you want something, we turned that mare out. He said, you want something to ride, go ride that mare. And I go, oh, man, I don't want to ride that crazy thing. She run off my dad. She run off the guy in Indiana and broke his legs. She was crazy. And anyway, one day after school there in the fall, I went out and got her, brought her in. Nobody's around. I jumped on her back and rode her, and she was perfect. She didn't do anything wrong. She scared to death of cars. I took her down the road. The car come by, and she kind of shied a little bit. I rode that mare every day all winter and put a ton of miles in her. I mean, I'd ride her down to the fairgrounds, ride her up through town to go out to the other side of town, see my good friends. We had horses he rode on the weekends. And anyway, I come about March there one day, and I said, Dad, can I train that mare? He said, I don't care what you do with her. So I took her down to the fairgrounds and got to train her. And Don Irvine Sr. seen her train one day, and he come and got me. He said, you know, school's going to be out about 3 weeks. He said, why don't you bring her down to Harriers? So that's how I took her down to Harriers, and we got her to races, and we raced her for the next 4 or 5 years. She turned out to be a nice mare.
You're 81 years old.
Yes.
Why do you keep doing this?
Well, there's nothing better to do. No, and I enjoy it. And I tell you what, if you don't have something to do, I figure you're going to die quick.
What's the biggest thrill you've had in harness racing?
Well, I've had a lot of them. One of the biggest was training like old times. She was a monster. I didn't drive her as much as I'd like to, but the owner, he had his way, and he was a little tough to get along with at times. Nice guy, and he was one of my owners for a long time. We fell out many a time, but we got along good, you know, at times too. So he was good to me, and I think I was pretty good to him. She was one of the best I ever trained.
Now, we see you out here at MGM. We also see you on the fair circuit. Which is more fun for you?
Well, the fairs, it's kind of hard. You know, you got to get up early and get there, and it's hot. But I don't know. It's a little easier probably than racing out here. And it depends on what kind of stock you got. The filly I got right now, I'm racing at the fairs, and she does good out there, so I might take her to the fairs.
Now, earlier this year, you won a Buckeye Stallion Series race with Sedota K. Talk a little bit about her and the meaning of her and how important it was for you to win that race.
Well, I lost my wife in January. It was her horse. I bought her for, was a yearling. And she was, you know, I didn't give a heck of a lot for $6,500. And she kind of trained like a $6,500 horse last year, but she did get to the races and made a little money. This year, she's breaking loose. She's getting to be kind of a nice filly. And I put her in everything, but I didn't. I thought, well, I'll try this since it's here. The Buckeye Stallion Series is here. And she got lucky and won. And she's done good for me.
As they move around this final turn, and out with the lead, Sedota K. On the inside, I Loved a Motor out there, 3 wide, Rosanna. 1-2, skip a few, needs to do more as they come to the top of the stretch. Sedota K with the lead on the outside. Rosanna's coming on. Inside, I Loved a Motor. In the inside, I Loved a Motor. Right there in a photo finish with Sedota K. Tight on the line in 1:59.2.
Were you surprised when you crossed the finish line first?
Yes. Oh, yes. Actually, I raced her at Painesville the other day, and there was a horse in there just winning 56, and I said, well, I can't beat this one. And I got away behind her and going down the back stretch. I looked up and I said, whoa, this thing's done in front of me. Pulled her out. She went around by and went easy. So I don't know. She's kind of got me a little excited now. She might turn out to be a decent filly.
Well, you're also excited about a couple other horses you're helping with. Talk about those.
Well, Steve Cross had a stroke, but I was helping him before he had the stroke. We were training. He had bought 3 colts, 2 colts and a filly, and they're really, really nice. Well, Steve had a stroke, so him and his son, and I trained him the rest of the winter, and they're monsters. The colt, Black Magic, is racing today at Scioto Downs. He has not been defeated this year in 4 starts. He's won over $100,000 already, and I think he's got a very good shot today. And the filly won yesterday down there in the Sire Stake, and she won here, the Sire Stake, last week. So and they're really nice. They're really, really nice.
You've accomplished a lot over your 81 years of life. Is there anything left on Don Mcgurkin's bucket list?
Not really. I just love to keep doing it. I want to do it till I want to fall off the winner's circle dead when I go. That would be on my bucket list.
That would be the fitting end to it all, wouldn't
it? Yeah, it would. No, I want to keep doing it as long as I can. I enjoy it. I mean, I just enjoy doing it.
Well, Don, thank you for taking some time today to stop with us, and hopefully we'll see you around here many more years.
Thank you. I hope I am around here for many more years.
Ohio Hall of Famer, Don Mcgurkin.
Two of our outstanding grooms we honor this summer are Candace Croft and Katrina Monty. Candace works in the Noble Barn in Xenia and has been involved with harness racing for 12 years. Christy Noble says Candace is a very caring person. When she is not with the horses, Candace says she likes to play golf. Katrina Monty has worked in the Chris Beaver stable for the last 2 years. She says she has had a love for horses since she was a little girl and watching at the Little Brown Jug. In her spare time, Katrina is a motocross mom. Congratulations to our outstanding grooms. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association sends its condolences to the family and friends of Ohio Harness Racing Hall of Fame member Tom Brinkerhoff, who passed away in July. During his 60-plus year career, he campaigned some of Ohio's best horses, including Golly 2, the 4-time Ohio Sire Stakes champion, and Rough Stuff Baker, the Ohio Triple Crown winner in 1993. Brinkerhoff was elected in the Ohio Harness Hall of Fame in 2018, the Northfield Park Wall of Fame in 1994, and received the Jerry Kaltenbach Memorial Award as the top Ohio Sire Stakes trainer in 1995. We also remember the other horsemen and women who recently passed away.
That'll wrap up this edition of Ohio Harness Update. If you would like to become a member of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, visit our website at ohha.com. I'm Frank Froz, and we hope to see you at a track real soon.
This has been Ohio Harness Update. Ohio Harness Update is brought to you by Matt Franklin, Wealth Advisor at Wire to Wire Wealth. This has been a production of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.